Choosing the right tool for your project is one of the essential aspects to making sure that it's going to turn out exactly how you like, and it's going to make your job a little bit easier along the way. There are two different types of classifications that I typically use for how to differentiate your brushes. So we have a synthetic fiber and we have a natural fiber. The synthetic fibers are really smooth and they tend to lay the paint down really nice and softly. So that means you get minimal brush strokes. Then we also have natural fiber, and those are more for a hand-painted brush stroke type of look. And I think there's a real beauty in something that's been painted by hand. So these are the Stahlmeister brushes, and this is the natural fiber. You can use these as a paintbrush as well as a wax brush. So a little tip there, and just make sure if you use it for wax that you completely clean it out with a mineral spirit or an odorless solvent so that you can use it again for paint down the road. Now, there are a couple of different types of brushes, shapes, sizes. They come in all shapes and sizes. So depending on your project, you're gonna have to choose a different one. This is a pointed sash brush. This is wonderful if you are doing something with a lot of corner detailing, because you're able to tuck that right into the corner and all of the paint sort of stays in the brush and you don't get a lot of brush strokes. So that is a really excellent brush to use for detailed corner. Think of shaker style cabinetry or something like that. Then we have the wonderful oval brush. Sorry, this is the round brush here. This is a little bit longer in length and it is a synthetic and natural bristle blend. These are really beautiful to work with. The way that they taper out makes it so that it just flows so nicely onto your piece and that you see virtually zero brush strokes. It's a beautiful fine quality to invest in. And I truly encourage you that if you are doing more than one or two pieces ever, then you should absolutely invest in a good quality brush. This one is the oval. This is the oval 45 Stahlmeister brush. It is probably one of the #1 go-to brushes that you can use. It fits in the hands really, really well. You hold the brush around here. It's not gonna hurt your wrist. And when you're using the paint, again, it's gonna go to about halfway up the brush here, and it really holds the paint really well. So you don't need to constantly dip back and forth. So when you're talking about saving some time and saving a little bit of soreness on your wrist, you can actually paint really quickly, a lot faster with this type of a brush. So again, just to recap, when you're trying to pick a brush, you want to take a look at the piece that you are doing. If it's a really large piece, say like the one behind me, you're going to want to get a pretty large brush, something like the oval 45 here, or the round 22. That's a really good one. These are big enough for these sizes of furniture. You can also, if you're on a budget or doing something that you don't want to invest too much money in, these are fabulous. We call these workshop brushes. They're available at the Fusion Merchants, and they're a synthetic fiber, so it actually lays the paint down really beautifully. And you can actually paint a larger piece with it as well, but it's really more for if you are doing something that you don't want to invest a ton of money on. You're gonna get really great value out of this one. I hope these tips help you choose a brush.